It's Ron Jackson, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ron Jackson Music, and please subscribe. And I have some cool videos coming out, performances, a lot of lessons, a little bit of everything. So today we're going to talk about endings, okay? In my new video series about all these topics, this is going to be really impromptu. I'm not going to do any editing. I'm just going to talk about these things, play them for you, and act like it's a real live workshop for you. Okay, so I just played you an ending. The most common ending right now that most people play and that you should know how to play is the Miles Davis ending. Now, if you want to get this music, you can actually, buy or pick up a copy from me directly. Just email me at ronjacksonmusic@gmail.com. I'm going to have it there, in the description of how to pick up a copy of this. It will only be $2.99 of all these different types of endings I'm going to be playing for you today. I'm going to have it written out in sheet music form, but I'm probably going to have to write it for tabs for some people. Okay, so that ending I just played for you is example number one of my different kinds of endings that I've learned over the years from records or from gigs and all kinds of stuff. Now, you should be able to play these endings in all keys, of course, and they're very important to be able to play. It's very important to be able to play these endings because some people don't know how to end a song. It's, I've had that problem myself in the beginning, and there's a lot of people I know, you'll be on a gig and they don't know how to end a song unless you're, if I'm leading the band, I know a bunch of different kinds of endings. So you should know at least 2 or 3, and that's the most common ending. Number one here, example number one is the Miles Davis ending like this. And that's like based on the theme. That song by Miles Davis is usually in B flat, but I'm in the key of C just to make it a little bit easier. So I'll play that ending. Now, depending on who you're working with, you got to be able to know what note someone is singing or playing to be able to play the right ending and end on the right chord. It takes a lot of actually experience and ears to be able to hear all that kind of stuff. So we'll go through that a little bit today. So for example, this is like a very common ending. Like you'll go from let's say you're in the key of C, you go from D minor 2, 3, 4 to G7, and then you'll go. So those are some common chords. D minor 7 to G7, you'll go C, C7 with an E on the bass, F7 or F dominant. It's very it can be very ambiguous when you're playing these things at the end. Then F sharp diminished, then you can play G7 or G7 to G7, then to end on a major 7 or whatever chord you want to play at the end there. You can play all kinds of chords then. Sharp 11, a D over C, sharp dominant 7, sharp 11. You can do all kinds of stuff to end a song. Just a straight C6 9. So that's example number one, the Miles Davis ending. So it goes like this. A lot of my phrases today we're just gonna start like this. So that's example number one. Now you should be able to play these kind of phrases all over the neck of different fingerings. Every possible fingering. Any possible way. Some fingerings are a little bit easier, like this one. See that? I'm trying every possible fingering I can think of. Because in that situation, a lot of guitar players, they learn how to play all over the neck. I mean, they learn how to play something actually in one area, and they don't know how to play the rest of the neck. So I try to find every possible fingering. Also, the easiest fingering. Sometimes when you're playing, unless you have something really worked out where you practice a million times a weird fingering, it's easier to play certain things with an easy fingering, like this. So what I'm doing is I'm basing this on a C major scale right here. It's all in position, easy to play. So another ending, number 2, is like the sharp 4 ending. going to go to, in the key of C sharp 4, it's actually F sharp, it's an F sharp, or you can start on F sharp minor 7 flat 5 usually. This progression is actually a 2-5, minor 2-5s, F sharp to B7 with a flat 9, okay, and then E minor 7 flat 5 to A7 flat 9 to D minor 7 flat 5 to G7 flat 9. So that's an ending you can actually use. You can actually go like this. You're gonna go. You're gonna go. And like that. I'm gonna play it up an octave though. So I'm gonna go. Okay. So I'm doing the F sharp minor 7 flat 5 like this. Okay, to the B7 flat 9. Okay. And then that was the A7, then the D minor 7 flat 5, the G7 flat 9, then an then a C major 7 with a sharp 11, or any kind of voicing like that. Okay. That's a great progression. That's very common. Okay. All these 2-5s, minor 2-5s, I'm putting a flat 9 and a flat 13. You can mix them up. I put a flat 5 there. Okay. I mean, you can do anything you want. With a minor 9, a minor 7 flat 5 with a 9 on the E minor 7 flat 5. I made that to a 13, the A7 right there. So these are different kinds of, variations on the same kind of ending. You can actually go chromatic with this too. I didn't write that out. You can actually go, actually I did write it out. You can go. So what I did was actually F sharp minor 7 flat 5 to F dominant 9, which is a tritone substitution, So I'm doing tritone substitution. If you don't know what that is, that means I just substitute the dominant 7th chord a sharp 4 away or flat 5 away. It has the same flat 7. On the B7 it has a A, which is a flat 7, and a D, and on the F it's the same notes, but it reverses the roll. This is the 3rd now, this is the flat 7. I just did the tritone substitution, just kind of threw it in there. But I could just play it individually. So that's ending number 2. Another ending you can actually use, it's kind of cool. I learned this off some record years ago, where you play up, the D minor, to G7. Then I do an arpeggio, C major, C triad, okay? Then I do actually a G arpeggio, okay? A G7 arpeggio starting on the 9. So it goes like this. Okay, that's a really cool lick. Okay, you can do the up an octave. Now you don't have to end on the root, you can go. Any note, Sharp 11, I like using that too at the end. Okay, on the C major 7. So this is remember, all in the same key, D minor, in the key of C major with the 2-5, D minor to G7. Another one is this one. Number 4 is kind of cool. It goes like this. let me play that one more time. It goes, oh yeah, this one goes. Okay. Now, this uses a lick that's an arpeggio. It's gonna be a C arpeggio. Now you're gonna do a C arpeggio, then F arpeggio. Now you're gonna hit the D, E flat. So this is actually kind of like a F dominant. And on C7, so it's gonna go like this. Okay, and that's kind of a cool lick. Actually, it goes. So you practice these things every possible fingering, okay? So that's example number 4. Now let me move up to example number 5. Now these endings are basically very common too, but now you're gonna hold a note at the end. Like in this case, we're gonna hit a C note to do the ending. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna do this now. We're gonna do a B flat, to a B flat dominant 9, to a C6 9, or C6 here in this case. If I did an up and octave, I would go like this. The last note would be like this. So that would be like. So that's another cool ending, okay? It's actually the dominant 7th flat. Oh, that's actually a flat 7/7 we call it. And dominant 7, well 7. Dominant 7th with a flat 9, flat 13, and going up to a C6 9. Okay, another one would be this. Now watch this. What I did was, this is example number 6. We're gonna do the basic turnaround. When we get to the very end, we're gonna hit these notes: F sharp, then F dominant, then go down chromatic, quarter notes. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's a great ending. Now, you know, you can play this in time. You can retard, if you're leading the band, you can retard the band. You slow them down, that means. So that's example number 6. Another cool ending is this one. I like this ending actually. You're going to go up the scale. The typical ending. Now that's a very common lick. Okay, you're going to go up the scale just like that. You're doing this 5, then sharp 4. It's actually a chromatic. It's an approach note. You're gonna go chromatically up to the C. So you can practice that different ways. You gotta figure out different fingers. You gotta figure out all kinds of fingers. It's hard to figure out when you're doing it live like this and kind of practicing in front of you. But that's how you would practice these things by yourself. So when you're playing, you're not getting caught like at some weird fret, not knowing where you're at. You have to know the whole fingerboard, okay? So that was example number 7. And the number 8 now is the Count Basie ending. So the Count Basie ending is it sounds like this. You gotta do the turnaround. Okay, I went. It's basically the same thing we did before. It's a B flat. Okay. And then you're going to do a B. Okay, with the C note on top still. But you're actually just you're actually playing just the F and D note, and then F sharp, D sharp. Then you're playing just basically a C chord on top here, a C triad. But some people like to use this. They like to use the fourth, then do it. Okay, and they play a D, G, and C, and they move that up in chromatica. So it sounds like this. I like that one. That sounds really cool, that lick too, okay? Now another type of ending is you actually kind of reharmonize depending on the note that the singer or the saxophone player or whoever's leading the band playing the melody plays at the very end. So you can do the D minor 7, turn around, G7. Now, if they're playing a C note, you can actually do a bunch of different chords. So this is example number 9, and you're gonna actually you can play actually an A major 7th there, then end on a C. Then you can go to a D flat, okay, and then you can end on C. Now you can do the same thing also, you can do another A flat, and then you can go up to a B flat, major 7. Now these are major 7 chords still, sorry. And then to a C6-9. Now you can do this an octave higher too. Okay, D flat major 7. So A flat major 7, D flat. We could do A flat, and then you could do B flat major 7, and then C6-9. Another thing you can actually do is A flat major 7, and you could do F minor 7, and C6-9. Okay, so that's example number 9. The very last example of another ending is this kind of cool line that I wrote out. So you're gonna play the turn around, and now you can go down. When you get to the last 2 bars again, you can actually go down the C major scale like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, I learned that from like a Nina Simone song. One of those Nina Simone songs. I played with singers a lot. So it's just like the C major scale going down. Okay. Now, you can actually play a counter line with that goes up the scale. So you can play those two. When someone else is playing that line, you can actually play the counter line. Okay? I can't figure out how to play that together right now in front of you, but I can do that one day for you. So you can go like this. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or the other way, okay? Or like this. Okay, so those are 10 different kinds of endings. Now you should know a bunch of different endings. There's even more than that. I haven't even covered all of them. There's like different ways to end songs. You can use different chords. You don't have to end on the root. You can end like on all kinds of weird chords, whatever you want to end on. So you don't even have to end sometimes on the root chord. There are different things people do that they might go. Go to a weird key. And they'll do something like go right to the key of E for the key of C. I mean, there's all kinds of different weird things you can actually do. So if you have any questions, please email me at ronjacksonmusic@gmail.com. Also, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet here on YouTube at Ron Jackson Music. And all my channels are Ron Jackson Music at Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Did I forget something? Okay. So all those channels. If you want the music for these endings, you can purchase that from me for $2.99. And I have a bunch of other kinds of lessons that you can purchase. Also, you can join my Patreon. It's at www.patreon.com/Ron Jackson Music, and you'll get all the free lessons there for as little as $3 a month, actually, with also live workshops. so that's it. I'm going to be doing these impromptu videos with no editing, and you know, and then you can see me actually work some of this stuff out myself. And this is like what I do actually with my Patreon live lessons, where I actually play and take questions and just demo stuff in real time with, you know, no editing or anything. And I think that's the way to go on my YouTube channel right now. So thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you learned something about endings today for songs. So remember to transpose these to all keys. Try to figure out all the fingerings you can. And that's how you get it to get on the guitar. Thank you. Bye-bye.